Hey, what's up you guys? Welcome back to my YouTube channel. If you're new here, hi, my name is Aaliyah. Go ahead and hit that subscribe button down below. Become a member of the royal family because I am the queen. Obviously.
Look down, you're talking to your highness. Can't see me, I'm the reason for your blindness. They tried this, but I'm too classy for your lines. Got my double cups.
Hi. So today is a requested video. It was requested by Mrs. Bella Rose. I'm just kidding. Rose on TikTok. So I was asked by one of my lovely supportive supporters. Shout out to Bella. She can comment down below. She's lovely. But they wanted me to give them some kind of middle school advice since a lot of them are going into middle school next year in the fall, or this year in the fall, I mean. And so I thought I would do that because like I'm a senior in high school, I'm about to be graduating, and I just think that I can offer a lot of insight and help to you guys during these times of change. And if you guys who are older in middle school want me to do a high school advice video, just comment down below in the comments and I'll make sure to do that as well. But this one is strictly for middle schoolers. Okay, so I've kind of separated this into 5 different categories that I would like to talk about. If I'm looking over here, it's because I have notes, by the way, just so you guys know. So just create a routine and stick to it is my first tip. And especially in the morning, like a morning routine is very, very nice. And if you guys want me to make a morning routine of what I do now, I can do that. The next routine I paid attention to was homework. So I would get home and do my homework right away. Like as soon as I hit the door, I would sit at the kitchen table, have my after school snack, and then I would get straight to my homework. I thought that was extremely helpful for me. Well, now looking back at it, it was really good that I did that, because if I put it off for later in the night, then I would have been more tired. And honestly, it was just easier for me specifically to do my homework immediately after school. So just have a homework routine, and then obviously I would go through just every single class in order, and then a bedtime routine. So just like the morning time, you want to have a nighttime routine. So that's basically just the same things like brushing your hair before bed, washing your face, brushing your teeth. I don't know why I feel like it's so important, but I just feel like it's super important to have a bedtime and morning routine. And if you guys want to see what I do now for my bedtime and morning routines, just let me know in the comments and I will surely do that. So the next point we're going to be hitting is social life. Now this one in middle school is a very hectic, well, not hectic, it's a very confusing topic in middle school, I think. I think that middle school is a time where you're making new friends and you're also losing old ones. You know, people just start to discover what they like and who they want to associate with and who they don't. And it's a very normal thing. My first tip for this is, if you have a phone, get Snapchats and numbers, especially if you don't have Snapchat or Instagram or anything. Get people's numbers. It's a good way to communicate and try to get like all of your friends' information. And this will be helpful for like if you have questions on homework, and if one of your friends is like really good at math and you suck at math, then you're gonna be able to like text them and say, hey, can you like help me out with this? And it's good for prank calling when you get into high school. No, I'm just kidding. But don't feel bad if you don't have social media, because you can still make friends without it. So how to keep friends is the next point that I have listed. When we're getting into middle school, again, it's like a time of change. So it's hard to keep friends, I guess you could say. But if you do have friends that you really, really like, and that you do want to keep, I have a few tips to keep them. And my first one is stay true to yourself. And this basically goes for what the heck is going on back here? What the hell? Okay. Not that like change is bad, like you can change your mindset about things, but it's like you don't need to meet these expectations of a perfect person. I think that it's really important to stay true to who you are, and don't try to become somebody you're not, because honestly, the more fake you get, the more shallow your relationships get. So your deep friendships that you have now, if you start to become somebody else, or you try to become somebody else that you're not, then those relationships are just going to get more fake and shallow, I would say. So I would just try to stay true to who you are. And honestly, if who you are isn't good enough for somebody, then F them, right? And that goes into my next point, which is don't try to please anybody. Honestly, I know that it's kind of hard, especially for people who are very impressionable. Sometimes people just want to please people. People want everyone to be happy with who they are. That gets into my next point. If you do notice your friends starting to change, you don't have to cut them off. If they start to change and you don't like it, don't just be like, oh, I hate you now, like, I'm gonna cut you off, but just love them from a distance. So, how to make new friends, and I'm really good at it, actually. I'm literally like the most social the saying social butterfly is literally like me. Like, I'm literally a butterfly, just hi. No, so my first tip for this is just to say hi to people and smile at them. I met one of my very, very close friends in middle school. By doing that, she was sat next to me for like an assembly or some shit, and I was like, hi, I'm Aaliyah, welcome, to school. And then we just started talking and we slowly became like friends. Always try to like say hi to new people. Introduce yourself, ask how they're doing. Even if like somebody sits down next to you and you're like, how's your day? I mean, it might seem a little weird, but a lot of people I noticed like won't talk to you, so you have to talk to them. And that's what I always did. I've always been the one who just starts conversations, because like I can't, like even in elevators with like 70-year-old old ladies, I'm like, hi. But anyway, yeah, so that's social life in middle school for me. Anyway, so the next point I have is relationships. Girl, we need a bite of noodles for this one. Don't try to get into a serious relationship in middle school. But honestly, just don't try to get into serious relationships during middle school. You can obviously date around or whatever, but just thinking that you're like gonna marry somebody or spend the rest of your life with somebody during middle school is a little bit unrealistic, to break it to y'all. Just saying, because it can distract you. In middle school, especially, schoolwork is very important. Like, it's like the foundation to your high school work that you're going to be doing. You learn a lot in middle school if you pay attention. And if you have a relationship that's really, really deep, sometimes it can distract you, and I noticed that within my friends. So just try not to get too deeply serious. And you have the rest of your life to get into a relationship. High school is a great time to do that. I mean, I got into one during high school, and I've talked to a lot of other people, and whatever. But it's much more a high school thing to date people, and you have a lot more freedom in high school to do so. So honestly, in middle school, I mean, you can get into a relationship, but like not a serious, deep years one, you know what I mean? But if you do get into a relationship, just have fun. Honestly, you can have a good relationship in middle school, but you don't need to just fall deeply, deeply in love and like you're gonna ride off into the sunset on like a carriage. Like, no, that's not gonna happen. Treat it like a best friend, but more. Like, you guys may tell each other everything and all of this, but maybe sometimes you hold hands, and I feel like even now, that's what relationships really are. It's just like being a best friend with somebody, but more. And so like if you do get into a relationship in middle school, or you're going into a middle school with a relationship, just have fun and treat it like your best friends, but like a little more, just a little bit. And don't be upset if your spouse breaks up with you in middle school. Like, if you do get into a relationship during middle school and you guys break up, it's not the end of the world. You are so young and you have so many more chances for love. And if you guys are meant to be, then what's meant to be will come back. And I firmly believe that, like, in my heart. If something is meant to be, it will come back to you eventually. Fourth tip is focus on yourself and building who you are. Middle school is the perfect opportunity to kind of build who you are or who you want to be. That's so good. So good. It's like the next tip that I have is take electives that you think you would like. If you like singing, take choir. If you like the idea of acting, I'm biased, but if you like the idea of acting, then take drama class, because I know a lot of middle schools have added drama into their curriculum recently. If you're interested in like drawing and you find yourself like drawing in art and stuff like that, then like take art. Just do all of your necessary required things first, then you can have fun later. So then also join a club or sport. So during middle school, there's not too many, like there's electives and there's good ones, but there's not too many of them. So my tip would be, if you have the opportunity to, and you have the funds and the time and whatever, I would join a club or sport. So if you're thinking about joining a club or a sport or TSA, or like there's all kinds of different things, then do it. Like if you genuinely want to do it, then you can do it. You can do anything you put your mind to, really. And clubs and sports are great ways to make friends, meet people with the same interests as you. Being involved in school, it's great. It makes you keep your grades up too, honestly. Honestly, just try it. Like, and if you try it and then you don't end up liking it, then it's not the end of the world and you can quit, you know what I mean? And then last but not least, we're going to be talking about academics. Yay! Academics during middle school, well, during school in general, is extremely important. It's the people who messed around in middle school because they didn't think it mattered, I noticed struggled a lot in high school. The people who did do good in middle school took just high school was like a breeze. If you did bad, then you're likely to keep doing bad, but if you try to do good, then you're likely to keep doing good. So for me, having a folder or binder for every single class was very helpful. I had a folder for every class, and I took all the folders home for homework, and it honestly made me more organized, so that helped me a lot. Also, having a planner. Here, I'll show you what one looks like. It's just so you guys can see. This is my planner. You don't have to get one quite as big. Like, there's mini planners that are like that big, but these are all my classes, and for each class I just put whatever I have to do for homework. This is what I would do in middle school, but now that we're online for quarantine, I put just like everything that I have to do in there. So get a planner. Honestly, that's like helped me so much. Like, planner, like I would like die for my planner, you know. I'm just kidding. If you're bad at a subject, ask for help. I don't know why it took me so long to say that. If you're bad at a subject, ask for help. This is just a given. Older kids or your older siblings, if you have older siblings, will always be able to help you. I help Emilio all the time. But if you don't have any older siblings, just reach out to maybe an 8th grader that you're friends with, or a 7th grader who did the same thing last year, and they'll be able to help you with your homework. Obviously, your parents. If you don't have any older kids or older siblings or parents that you can talk to, your teachers are there to help you. If you reach out to them and ask them for help, it's oftentimes much more logical and helpful to you than just like doing bad on your assignments. A lot of times in middle school and high school especially, teachers have like a designated time after school where they help kids who come into their class for like 15 minutes after school, and like will help them. Don't be afraid or embarrassed to ask for help, because we all need help sometimes. Lastly, homework. So like I said, I always did my homework as soon as I got home, but you obviously can section out whatever time is good for you to do homework. I just preferred to do it as soon as I got home. But stay on top of it, so you'll be less stressed out if you have less late work. So if you just do your homework that is assigned the day that it is assigned and not wait until the night before, then you're gonna obviously be happier, you're gonna be less stressed, you'll be able to just get all of it off of your shoulders. Stay on top of it. Try not to get late work, because in middle school especially, this is something that a lot of kids will take advantage of is this late work, but then it's less points. You don't necessarily get 100% for having late work. You get like, I don't remember what it was. I never turned in my work late. And studying is easier if you do homework. So obviously there's a lot of tests in middle school. And honestly, a lot of the time, most of the time, I'm not going to promise you this, but teachers will often assign homework with problems that are going to be on the test, because those kids who do their homework will pass the test, while the kids who don't will fail it. Plus, some teachers are really mean and do pop quizzes, so be aware of that. Pop quizzes are quizzes basically that they give you that they don't tell you about. And this is oftentimes something science teachers do, I noticed, because they want to see if kids are doing their homework. So if you do it and then they give you a pop quiz, then you're gonna have nothing to worry about, basically. Okay, now I have one last tip, and this one is very crucial, and honestly some high schoolers need to listen to this too. Use deodorant, use perfume, use cologne, brush your teeth, take showers. Especially in middle school, you guys are growing and your hormones are changing and you're going through like puberty, and so take a shower. Middle school stinks. And I'm not even saying that like metaphorically, I'm literally saying that like kids in middle school don't take showers and it stinks. Like literally. Like, just do it, please. No. But anyway, that's gonna be it for today's video. I hope this was helpful to anybody going into middle school, or if you're already in middle school and you're trying to change up whatever your prerogative is. I hope that it was at least somewhat helpful. Honestly, if you follow what I say in this video, I think you'll be all right. Like, I think you're gonna be okay. Yeah, honestly, and middle school is a dark time, and I'm gonna be honest, I'm gonna be upfront with you guys real quick at the end of this video. Middle school is a rough, dark, weird time. You're finding out who you are, you're losing friends, you're making new ones, you're doing things you've never done before, you're going through puberty most of the time. So like, it's honestly, it's a hard time, and it's a time of change. And so I would just remind yourself that you are going to be okay. But anyway, if you guys enjoyed this video and if it was helpful at all, make sure you give me a thumbs up and subscribe for more content. I've been very active recently since quarantine started, but obviously I think that it's about time to get this YouTube channel on a roll. Also, thank you guys for 100 subscribers. That's insane. So thank you guys so much for all of the subscribes and likes and support on here and on TikTok. If you're not following me on TikTok or Instagram, make sure you do that. I'll have those linked below in the description, so that way you guys can go and follow me on other social medias. But yeah, so I love each and every one of you. Thank you all so much for the endless support. Thank you for 100 subs. Make sure you guys like this video, comment down below any other videos you would want me to do. If you have any questions about middle school that I didn't involve in this video, let me know. I can answer them because I went through middle school. Yeah. But yeah, so make sure you guys turn that red subscribe button gray if you haven't already. Become a member of the royal family, because you are all kings and queens in your own special ways. And I will see you little middle schoolers in the next video. Peace!